Hello, it's been a while, but now I'm back, and boy, do we have much to talk about. Every year, my family goes to Utah to visit my uncles, but this year was a bit different because we had to take a little stop at Reno. My father had a few business things to do, I guess. Our hotel was in a very interesting spot because it was right in the middle of a freeway, and there was a desert right on the other side. On the lower floor of the hotel, they had a froyo shop, and the shop's scale for measuring how much ice cream you had stopped working, and you could only use cash. But on the bright side, everything was only $5. My dad didn't have any cash, so he went to the ATM. My dad put his card into the ATM with me and my sisters, but it didn't work, and it took his money still. He was mad until he noticed a little receipt printout of the machine. It said, "Go to the front desk to redeem your cash." So that's what he did. He went up a floor to the casino floor where all the drunk guys hang out or whatever, and he took his receipt to the desk lady. As she was about to hand him the money, she looked at my sisters and told them to leave. My dad was all like, "What do you mean leave? You're not just going to send my kids away out into a casino unsupervised." And she was all like, "Yeah, I am going to send your kids away into a casino unsupervised. They can't be in this area." And so my dad was like, "Okay, well, then can you just give me the money?" As his kids were walking away. And then the desk lady says, "I don't like your tone. You need to learn some respect." And my dad was furious. When she finally gave him the money, he had to start searching the casino. But luckily, my mom called him and told him that they came back to the room. After that, you'd think the trip would be fairly uneventful, right? Wrong. The very next day, we were driving back from an arcade when we saw smoke coming from the hotel. At first, we thought the hotel was on fire. But upon closer inspection, we realized it was just the building behind it. Luckily, the fire didn't reach the hotel, and the fire department had it under control. Concerningly, though, the fire went on for the rest of our stay at the hotel. The next day, we left for Utah. On the way, my sister decided to watch the single most girly show in existence, H2O. I can't get the dumb theme song out of my head. Please help. As I'm writing the script for the video, they are still watching it in the background. Finally, after 8 hours of this stupid theme song, we finally arrived in Utah. The first few days were fairly uneventful, thankfully. We were staying at one of my uncle's house. We went to a rodeo and saw one of those cool drone swarm things. After a few days with my uncle, we went to an Airbnb in Park City. It was quite a drive, but it was totally worth it. The Airbnb was huge. It was like living in a mansion. Park City was beautiful, and it had large mountains and lots of ski resorts. We decided to go to one even though it was summer because we found out from my uncle that there was an abandoned mine shaft. We hiked up to it. We weren't able to go into the underground part of the mine shaft, but the building itself was very cool. One of the floors I called the glass room because it was covered in shards of broken glass. It was very fun to explore, but also very spooky. The day after we went to the mine shaft, we went to another ski resort, but this one had an all-day pass to ride a mountain coaster, along with a gondola and a few other mountain activities. After a few trips around the coaster, I decided to go inside. When I came into the ski lodge, I discovered something terrible happened. My baby cousin was nowhere to be seen, along with his family. I asked what happened, and apparently, my baby cousin fell and cracked his head open on a table and was rushed to the hospital. Interestingly, my uncle was a paramedic while everybody else on duty was an EMT. Therefore, my uncle was in charge of the situation. After the shakeup, we decided to go eat at Chili's. When we got there, we recognized somebody in one of the booths. It was Post Malone eating at Chili's. Imagine me. My cousin just got his head cracked open, and now I'm meeting Post Malone. It was by far the most eventful day of the trip. The next day, we had to pack up and head back to my uncle's house. Luckily, his son was okay. We went on a bike ride to a beach, but I wasn't using a bike. You see, I was using stilts. But these were no ordinary stilts. These stilts were bouncy and allowed me to run faster. I had a great time, and it was probably one of the most eventful trips I had been on in a while. The ride home was peaceful. Just kidding! You thought it was peaceful? Well, try listening to the same theme song over and over again for 8 hours while you're trying to blow the smell of Cheetos and farts out the window. Yeah, it was a tiring car ride. But when I got back, I finally got to sleep in my own bed. And that's the end. JK, there's more. I barely got to say hi to my cat when I got home because as soon as I finally unpacked all my stuff, the next day, my mom was telling everybody to get packed because we're going camping. Literally one day after I got home from Utah, we went camping with some friends. And when I finally got home, I was exhausted. But I was not done because there was no way I wasn't going to make this into a video.